If you've been watching this channel for a while, you know that I love cold email, sending emails to people where they're not on your email list, but you have a good pitch for them. In today's video, I want to talk about the 3 variables for a successful cold email campaign. Over the last 2 years at Experiment 27, we've sent millions of cold emails, and I used to think that there were hundreds of variables when a cold email campaign didn't work. It could be the client's website, it could be the domain name, it could be millions of other things. But through cold email coaching and building up our system, I've got it down to 3 variables that I'm going to share with you today. You get these 3 things right, and your cold emails are going to deliver every time. You're going to get clients, you're going to get projects, everything you've ever wanted from a cold email. So here we go. Do you want to know what the variables are? We're doing like a Dora the Explorer thing. The first variable is niche. Now, you might have heard about niche marketing before, making sure you're in a very specific industry, but how does that relate to digital agencies? I talk to agency owners all the time. Like, let's say you run a design agency, and the typical answer when somebody asks what niche they're in is, we do all sorts of projects for everybody, which is great. And I'm not talking about niching down permanently. With this, I'm talking about finding an industry that you want to sell for in this moment. A good example of this is one of our clients right now is a video production client, and they are killing it when it comes to wineries. And the reason why they're killing it with wineries is they had this client a while back that wanted drone shots and wanted this complex video, so they filmed it for a winery. Does that mean this client only works with wineries? No, but for this cold email campaign, we're only pitching to wineries. And that's what's generated more clients for them. So picking the niche is what industry you want to work in. The easiest way to find that is to look at your case studies and go outwards. Do you have a big case study in higher education? If so, you should pitch colleges. Do you have one in consumer packaged goods, CPG? If so, pitch clients like that. If you have no case studies, you need to work for free until you get a case study, and I'll link to that video down below, how to get work with no case study. Once you have the niche down, it's time to move on to the title. So for instance, let's say wineries, again, is the example. The title is the job title of the person that's going to buy whatever we're selling. If we're selling video production and it's a small winery, usually that's going to be the founder. But let's say you're targeting a CPG company like Frito-Lay. The person that's going to buy a video might be the director of marketing. It might be the head of social. Whatever that is, it's picking that title and going for it. The easiest way to find that title is to look on LinkedIn for the type of people at the type of company you want that you think would buy. So if you're selling a marketing type service, search marketing and Frito-Lay and look at the titles that come up until you can find a good one. And finding a title isn't the end all be all as well. We have a bunch of meetings booked with these entertainment companies for a different social media client of ours. They sell social media services for huge companies. And within each one of those, there might be 6 different titles that could buy social media, and we sell to all 6. So just like the niche, you're not locked into whatever the title is. And the final piece is the offer. The offer is something specific that you're pitching them that will solve their problems that they could buy from you today. Now I know what you're thinking. We're an agency. We sell everything to everyone. Let the client order, and then we'll give them whatever we want. Well, you are making the biggest mistake that I've seen agencies make when it comes to cold email. During the cold email process, you need to be selling them something that they can buy right away. For Experiment 27, when we cold email to get clients for our own company, we sell a marketing review, which is a month-long deep dive where we look at all of their analytics and all of the experiments they might have tried in the past when it comes to marketing, and we optimize those over the course of a month, and they can buy that for a set price. If you're a product company, it might be a 2-day deep dive with their company. If you are a branding company, maybe it is a brand brainstorming meeting or a research document that you can sell. If you can keep it around $10,000 or $15,000, that's ideal. Although I have seen initial purchases for more. The idea here is sell something they know they can buy, that they have a set price on, and then once they buy that, you can worry about turning them into a cornerstone client and growing the account from there. That's something we've done a few times with agencies where, let's say the project starts at 15, 20 grand, and then we're able to get them on retainer, and then they turn into, actually one of them just turned into $1 million a year client. So I would not worry if I were you about starting very small, as long as they're the brand you want to work with and it's the type of person that you want to work with. And with the offer, the other thing to keep in mind is you want to be extremely specific. So you could approach another university and say, hey, we just redesigned the intranet for Yale University, and we would love to show you what we did for them and see if we could do similar for your intranet. That's how specific you want to get, and that's where you can be if you follow these 3 variables. From there, it's testing all 3, similar to the cold email optimization thing that we talk about, which we'll link down to that in the description as well, how to test a cold email campaign. But on top of testing subject lines for open rate, you're also going to be testing, is this the right niche? Is this the right title within this niche? And does this offer resonate with the customers? And the way to test that is response rate, usually, but it's also softer. It's the type of responses. So for instance, if we're sending to an industry and a title and we're getting a lot of not interesteds, but they're not interesteds that say like, hey, we don't have a need for this right now, or we already have a team that does this internally, then we know the offer is just not right. And those type of people open emails and respond to emails. But if we send to an industry and there's no responses at all, then we know that that industry is probably not a good fit for cold email, and it's worth moving on to the next one. If you want the exact scripts we use to qualify clients on our calls, that's down in the description below. If you liked the video and want to support the channel, I would love if you would share this with a friend you think would get value. And if you want somebody to do this for your agency, let's say you tried cold email and you failed at it, or you just want more enterprise clients, check out experiment27.com. We'd be happy to help. This is literally what we do all day. I'm Alex Berman. Thanks for watching.